It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films of January 21st, 2000. Two movies to look at. One was a notable flop. The other has gone on to become a cult classic. And see if you can guess which one it is. Let's start off with the first movie we have here. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Julia Stiles in Down to You. Yeah, this was not the cult classic that came out this weekend. You have Freddie Prinze Jr. and Julia Stiles as young lovers who meet in college and go through the ups and downs of relationships. That's pretty much the movie, and it's not an interesting movie whatsoever. In fact, it's not even that funny. It's not that clever. These two actors have been better in much better films. This one, not so much. This is the perfect definition of a movie that was dumped in January because the studio didn't believe in it, and they spent way too much money on it. I mean, this thing has a $35 million budget. Nothing about this movie has anything that needs a $35 million budget to it. I don't care who it is. I don't care who you get to star in it. I mean, too much good talent in this movie, but a lackluster script. A story that doesn't really work all that well. The chemistry even between these two is not that great at all. It's a real misfire on so many levels. And like I said, it's the perfect definition of a dumping ground movie in the month of January. It's a movie that the studio didn't believe in it. They put it out in a time when nobody's going to put out a big blockbuster, and this thing's going to make money. And it ended up becoming the second high-grossing film of the weekend, but not saying that much. This thing only brought in $24 million off a $35 million budget. So, bomb. Not much more to say about that one, but let's get to the movie that everyone remembers that did come out this weekend and has since become a cult classic since its release. That is, of course, The Boondock Saints. But the story of the Boondock Saints is that you have these two Irish fraternal twin brothers, played by Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus, who become vigilantes after killing two members of the Russian mafia in self-defense. After both experience an epiphany, the twins, together with their best friend Funnyman Rocco, played by David Della Rocco, set out on a mission to rid Boston of the criminal underground in the name of God, all the while being pursued by an FBI secret agent played by Willem Dafoe. This movie has a lot of interesting things about it. Troy Duffy, who had never written a script before, was inspired by personal experiences while living with his brother Taylor in Los Angeles. And I remember watching documentaries about how this movie got made. There's a great one called Overnight about the making of the film. And the film was not the big hit when it came out. In fact, it was actually received very negatively by critics. But as like I said before, this thing had a lot of huge following in terms of its home video release and through word of mouth. I remember when we were working on the media show at my high school, there would be times when they would have this movie in between breaks on in the background. Like, I don't know how they were able to get that in there. I just remember that was one of the things that they did, but it went on to become a massive cult hit and went on to become a franchise in its own right, spawning a sequel, The Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day, which came out at the end of the decade. And supposedly there's a third film coming pretty soon, although I haven't heard too much about it since then. They've announced it back in, I think 2016 was when they announced it. Actually, it does say that it was announced in 2021 that it's moving forward. It actually was supposed to start shooting in May. I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know if it's actually coming or not, but you never know. But yeah, if you watch the movie, it's really well done. It's a really good, intense thriller. You do buy into into the main characters' cause and their love for this type of thing, and you realize that it's a really good, well-made drama that features so many good performances by Flannery and Reedus, and also Billy Connolly also has a great role in here. David Della Rocco, who hasn't really done a whole lot since this movie. He doesn't even have a thing on his Wikipedia page, but you could tell that this movie had a lot of things about it that this director Troy Duffy really wanted to tell, and his heart and soul went into this movie. I mean, this was a film that he wrote the script as he was a production assistant and sent it to a production assistant at New Line Cinema, and it was later swapped around to Paramount Pictures, and then Miramax Films won it in a bidding war, and then Miramax just gave up on it at the last second. So he had to put this movie. So basically, Troy Duffy had to put this movie out on his own. He had to go to an independent studio. This is probably the most successful movie franchise Pictures has ever done too. The infamous studio that gave us such masterpieces such as Ballistics X vs. Sever, Driven, and Battlefield Earth. So yeah, but then again, they also did the whole 9 yards. So I guess 2 times they got it right. The other times, not so much. But Yeah, not much more to say about this one. It's a classic film, a great movie, a well-made drama, great performances all around. Really like this one a lot. Definitely like the second one as well. Really curious to see what they'll do with the third film if that ever comes out. But definitely check out the Boondock Saints if you haven't seen it. It's definitely worth the watch. And so with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. We're already done with the first month of 2000 already. Next time we meet, we'll look at three movies, including Eye of the Beholder, which was the #1 movie, which really isn't saying a whole lot because it made less than $6 million, and really that's not that great for this film. We also have Isn't She Great with Bette Midler and Nathan Lane, and we also have Craig Ferguson in The Big T. So 3 films to look at next time. We'll delve into those on the next episode. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, as always, take care.